And then...
Well, we'll just tell your mother that we ate it all.
What about hunting the biggest game of them all, riffs?
Yes.
That was a terrible riff.
I thought it was pretty good.
I
riff.
realized.
Land one then.
I've been thinking.
Look, it's the most dangerous game of all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's high risk.
Yeah.
Like,
Sometimes the riff gets you.
yeah, man. Like, you know, that's the whole point is I'm playing with fucking fire over here. Dropping straight fire into this microphone live coming from the blast hole.
As a vegetarian, would you
I don't
like?
think you're going to do well at the gig tonight.
Would you do big game hunting as a vegetarian?
I wouldn't do it as a non-vegetarian.
What if it
But like
was,
I am a vegetarian, but like no, I think it's reprehensible.
What if it was something like wild? What if it was something like wild boar?
I mean, like if the boar was coming at me,
Yeah.
But that's not so much hunting as
Yeah.
self-defense.
yeah, I wouldn't go out hunting animals. I don't even like, you know, being mean to a cat. I don't know, you know, I love animals.
So you wouldn't go to Thailand and explode something with a bazooka?
Isn't that Cambodia?
I think it's a few places.
Yeah, I think it's
Blow
just
up a
anywhere
cow
with
a bazooka?
deregulation bazookas, deregulation, like was it unregulated bazooka
Yeah.
stuff? Fuck, the bazooka thing's tempting, but probably not.
I'd probably be
But
like,
it'd be fun to blow something.
yeah, I'd rather be like,
inconsequential up with
clear
a
the
bazooka.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
animals out of here. Like, I don't want to
yeah,
see
yeah,
viscera.
yeah.
Like,
I'd like just
Hey,
fucking let's
give
do
me
some
a-
sandbags. Like,
put a fucking human out there.
Give me a real-life replica of the Donald, you know?
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah.
oh damn,
The bad
finally.
man. We don't like him.
I would catch Pokemon.
But you wouldn't kill them
No,
and eat them.
I would. That's the closest I get to hunting is Pokemon hunting.
Is there a thing in Pokemon about are there Pokemon poachers?
Yeah, Team Rocket are Pokemon poachers.
So they kill and eat Pokemon.
No. They kidnap them and sell them and stuff. There's like a black market. They bring them back for their boss to exploit. I think they use them in like factories and shit as
You'd
well.
think 20 years
Isn't
on
it
the
actually a
television
thing
they do
in-
one about people who kill and eat Pokemon.
They do heaps about poachers. There's heaps of Pokemon poachers episodes.
Isn't it a thing in Pokemon where, like, if you leave them in the Pokeball for too long, they get unhappy?
That's, I think, in certain versions and possibly on the TV show. But in fucking Pokemon Sword and Shield and all the other mainline games, you can do
Oh,
whatever
it
the
was
fuck you want to them.
It was the yellow one, because
I
Pikachu
think
was supposed to be
Pikachu-
out with you the whole time.
Yeah, because that's based on the show, and like he doesn't like the Pokeball. That's a known thing. Pikachu from the series doesn't like.
He doesn't like being in the ball.
No, that's why he's on Ash's shoulder all the time.
So do like other Pokemon think that that's kind of like classist and elitist?
I think, and like their
Yeah, the
words, not
favourite
mine.
child.
I
Yeah.
think they think it's pretty gay.
Jesus.
I said their words.
As a newly elected queer icon for my Twitter escapades,
Yeah.
I say that my
That's sucking your own dick.
my LGBTQI brothers,
Yeah.
sisters, and them is
Yeah.
would find that quite disgusting.
Yeah, it's
and
the bad Pokemon who are
it's the-
saying
who's the
this.
worst? Who's the Pokemon that does slurs then?
Well, Mewtwo like kills people and shit, so he'd probably use slurs when he was killing certain types of people.
I suppose so, but I mean, like, yeah, I was gonna say, like,
There are definitely evil Pokemon.
yeah,
Meowth is a very racist Pokemon in the sense that the depiction of him is racist, whereas the character itself is not racist. He sounds like a Jew and he's obsessed with coins.
yeah, but I'm
like
he's a Pokemon like Jinx, and obviously,
yeah. But like in the TV, like this one is like pretty egregious. Like Meowth in the TV show, it's like pretty hard to get around.
yeah.
Yeah.
I figured out.
But it sounds like a Jew and then turns into a cat called Persian.
Yeah, man.
I
They
think-
wear it. Well, I mean, it's Iran is Persia, right?
Yeah.
That's- yeah, man. Dude, R.I.P.
I figured out who you are.
Who?
That it's just like I was thinking about it the other day, and especially now because you work and you have like a mandatory uniform.
Yeah.
But like you're happier now, and
Yeah.
you're like
Healthier.
losing weight. You're Homer in that like Simpsons episode where he works at the Bowl.
Yeah, I made that comparison
Oh, yeah.
week
Yeah.
2 at this job. I've already made that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is exactly like that. It feels like that. It's amazing. Both my bosses have literally patted me on the shoulder in the last few days, and they're both men who are older than me.
And
Yeah,
he-
but what about
Better
this,
than it's
yeah.
better than MDMA. It's,
I use-
What
So-
about this one now? Andrew, did you put your penis in the Shino Bolo?
yes. I put my balls in the
said it like
Shino
that.
Bolo. Surely you put your balls in the
Do you
Shino
That would
Bolo.
be
Same.
really painful.
Unlike the penis.
yeah, the famously
The balls would be a
resilient
lot
penis.
more. The balls are really where the pain is.
Yeah.
Let's-
Shino Bolo is what I call your mum's mouth. See how I went quiet because I kind of didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
You're one of
But
the
you-
only
but
people
you
who
pushed
I'd
through.
actually be upset had rooted my mum.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm also one of the only people who has. So
And that's why you're so upset.
yeah, man.
Do you what how do you react in these scenarios where people tell you at work that they're proud of you and pat you
I
on the
choke
back?
back the tears and go, yeah. Cool. Yeah, thanks.
So I was like working. Say I'm your boss at Urban Nest.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I don't work at Urban Nest.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
just bleep that out. What's the timestamp? It's 5:18. Just bleep
Yeah.
it out.
Say I'm your boss at Microsoft.
There we go.
I'm like, hey Andrew, it's me, Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Been looking at the filing you've been doing for the new Chinese students. Should we bleep that part out?
Maybe just because it sounds racist.
No, I think
because
that's fine, but let's just not be more specific.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just cut this whole episode.
Yeah. No, we got to get all these. We got to get this.
Let's go to the gig.
We got to get those Pokemon riffs in.
We start with the Pokemon and then we just beep for 50 minutes.
Hold on, I'm just.
And people are like, when's it
I
gonna?
thought you were getting the beeping out.
No. I'm Jamie. I'm texting you the timestamp so
Yeah.
you remember to beat that shit.
People are like, when is the beep gonna finish? I reckon there'll be a couple of people that listen all the way to the end because they'll be like, I reckon at the end they'll call attention to it in a funny way, and we
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I'm Bill Gates. I'm like, Andrew, I've seen you've been crunching the numbers. The work you've been doing on Windows NT 2, this time it's bigger, is great.
Go on.
What was the first one? Windows NT.
Just one.
This time it's big.
You've really come to embody all the things we love in
Yeah.
the old Windows family: the green, the yellow, the red, and the blue. If you know what I mean. I just wanted to say that as Bill Gates, famous billionaire, yeah, I'm very proud of you. Are you okay, Andrew? It just seems like.
I'm just Oh, sorry, my mouth's really dry. Just
Oh, I can get you a glass of Windows NT brand water.
I don't know why I find Windows NT so funny.
It's connected to a network.
Wasn't it like a total failure? I remember it being really shit.
No, Windows 10 was the failure, wasn't it?
Windows NT was a pretty big failure, I believe, but it was used like in schools and everything.
What was the
Yeah,
one that
that's
was
why
like real
we-
fucked? Was
we
that
had
NT
it.
or was that 10?
I
feel
think
like
a
it-
lot of them have been real fucked.
Yeah.
Maybe Windows isn't that good.
98 started real bad.
I remember NT being very bad.
I remember 2000 being kind of bad.
I liked 2000 and ME, I think.
I liked the year 2000.
Did you? What happened in the year 2000?
I don't know. It was just like turn of the century. The Matrix, 9/11 hadn't happened yet. We had hope about the future still, but it was still like the future, you know?
The Matrix came out in 99.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's like that period of time.
We just knew we had it. We were
No, that's what I mean.
knowing that I could cuddle my VHS copy of The Matrix as I go to
Absolutely.
sleep.
You know, Matrix first movie I saw on DVD. Perfect.
First movie I saw on DVD, Rush Hour.
Less-
Perfect movie.
But yeah,
I
it was
think the
2000
first
was
thing
an
that
exciting time.
the first DVD I was given at least was Red Hot Chili Peppers Off the Map DVD.
Not as good as Live at Slane Castle, but still pretty good.
Slam Castle?
No, Slane Castle in Ireland.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like a
I
famous
thought you were talking about your house, the
Slam
Slam, Castle.
Castle. Yeah, the Slam Palace.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Speaking of ends, by the way, I started playing Outer. Hear me out.
This is a very weird segue.
Hear
even though we
me,
don't know what's coming.
because just when you kept saying NT, I kept thinking about it. I started Outer Worlds last night.
Oh, yeah.
And the like laser thing is called N-rays.
oh, what? That's pretty on the
It's
nose.
so on the nose. I
Do
can't
they
believe-
say it a lot?
Like a lot. It's like a huge part of the game. It's like a core degree, like weapon category.
I can only
Col-
imagine
class.
playing that next.
Where degree?
I was trying to say class and weapon and category all at once.
Can only imagine playing that next to you, 4 cones deep, as they're like, "We've got to fire the N ray," and you just looking over, be like,
I thought a wet degree would be when you finally marry Triple H.
Oh hell yes. The wet degree. It happened in a drive-through. You know the story.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was like it was more than 4 cones, but yeah, you perfectly described me at 1 a.m. in my apartment.
Well, I'm
last night.
talking about like when you first turned it on.
No, I started I usually play video games after Yvette goes to bed, so I'm well and truly like
Blitzed out of
I'm
your
gone by
skull.
then. I ain't even here, bros. I had a K-hole for the first time recently. I went
Oh,
into a
yeah?
K-hole. It was okay. It was a bit scary, but you just kind of I was safe, so I just kind of blacked out for an hour maybe. I was just gone. It was weird.
Where'd you go?
I don't really remember, but apparently my
only
face
hole
looked
I
like
wanna
the
be in
Pokemon
is the
Ditto. Like I was just
blast
grinning, but
hole.
blankly, and just like half blank, like a little bit of a grin, and like just nothing behind the eyes, like just gone.
I've been in a K-hole twice and it fucking sucks.
This doesn't seem
That's
very
it. Did you
fun.
have like people around? Well, I didn't do it on purpose. Like I
Yeah.
did too much K. If like I didn't have people around me, I had like a friend who was fine and was just like, oh, he's in a K hole.
And what's
I had
K?
people around.
K's ketamine?
Oh, okay.
Jamie.
I have a friend who is a nurse, and they have to use ketamine as a like pain med
Yeah.
sometimes. And she said, like, as bad as it sounds, watching a child accidentally go into a K hole is very funny.
Fuck yeah. They'd probably like it. I think as long as you
Oh,
didn't
it
have
would
to-
freak you out.
as long as like, because I knew what was happening, I didn't have to do anything. It was like a bit scary, and I was like, it's because what's scary is it's completely out of your control. You just like, oh, I'm gone, and then you're just gone. Like
Yeah.
it's so weird. But like, I knew I was safe. I knew I'd come back. Like there was a few moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm coming back, but I came back.
What if you didn't come back?
Oh, well, then I'd be dead. Like or I'd be in a coma or have brain damage or something.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
That's always
It would be
fear.
weird if I
when
died.
you feel it, you're like, oh shit, what if this
Especially when you've just turned the corner.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of my like. I'm cutting loose this weekend, but it was good. It all went positively in the end.
So you fucking raged this weekend, bro.
I wasn't the weekend; it was midweek.
Okay.
Well, no, because I had the Thursday, Friday off.
Yeah, maybe we should bleep out all the work stuff.
No, I had like I worked Monday
Even
to Wednesday.
like Bill Gates is listening to this and he's just like, okay, HR, look up Andrew Hastings. There's just some genius guy from MIT who's a programmer and he gets fired because he thinks he has a teen sex comedy
Yeah.
podcast.
Fuck yeah! I don't know. What else has been going on?
I don't know. It
Yeah.
feels weird to always do this on like a Monday night.
Yeah, we normally it feels Sunday's good because it's like the end of the weekend.
Yeah, and it feels like there's so much
But
ahead of us.
This is the start of the week. It's like we're all going to a gig
We're all
together after
defeated.
this. Like,
Every
Yeah.
day it just sort of blurs into one for me now, you know.
yeah,
Someone give me a job, please.
yeah, that's
Or
a good
just
idea.
a large sum of money.
Yeah,
That would be good.
How about a job?
What if you stayed in a haunted house for a night?
yeah,
For how much money?
Well, like $1 million is usually
Fuck
how
yeah,
they
I
do
would
it.
do that. I'd
but
do
you
it
might
for-
die.
Yeah, what
but
if-
the house is actually
Yeah,
haunted.
it's actually haunted.
I'd do it for 10 grand. You just stay awake the whole time.
Well, but they'll still come for you.
Yeah. Have you seen a horror movie?
Yeah, the movies, dude.
Yeah, all you have to do is stay awake.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
like,
one specific horror
Yeah,
movie
that's
where you
one
have to do
horror
that.
movie.
Well, there were sequels, I guess.
all I
Yeah.
need to do
Whereas,
is
like, I've seen every horror movie. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street,
Look.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2, that Simpsons Halloween episode where they parody Nightmare on Elm Street.
all I need to do.
I was too scared to watch the rest of the Nightmare.
all I need to
Treehouse
do
Forest?
is not say I'll be right back, not have sex,
Yeah.
and not do any drugs. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we're
die.
doing Scream this week.
gonna
I'll
die.
just tell you about that.
you're probably going to need some sort of blade-based weapon as well. Maybe lodged directly into your forearm.
Fuck yes. I would love
I'm
to
gonna get
have
some sort of Ghostbusters like vacuum to just.
I would love
Oh,
to
you
have
could just be
a
Luigi's Mansion.
Jason Voorhees. Was that his name? Voorhees?
Voorhees.
Voorhees. I would love to have one of those fucking
machete.
things. But instead of a machete.
That's not haunted though. That's just like a genuine murderer coming.
No, he's like a monster. He comes back on Halloween, isn't that? He's like a ghost or whatever. isn't
Well, the original movie, no, not so much, because Jason isn't even actually the killer.
he? Right.
But then they're like the more
Who's the killer in the?
the killer in the first Friday the 13th is Jason Voorhees' mum.
Right.
So Jason Voorhees like died because people teased him, and the mum goes insane. And then they were like, "Oh, well, Jason's pretty like, I mean, the monster is pretty scary." And then it was just like, what if he was just Jason and he was indestructible?
Right. So just then when you were telling that story, I was trying to remember why I've seen that movie but didn't remember the end. And I just remembered. And
Is it because you're
K-hole?
stoned?
No. But you're on the right track. It's very much a Hastings story.
You're
It's
getting your
'cause
dick sucked.
I was getting my dick sucked in the bathroom. I was like 17. It was like my high school girlfriend.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was at like a house sleepover movie thing, and she used to do this thing. It was pretty cool, actually. She was pretty sick.
God.
If we were at a party or whatever,
Just, like, put on the Jason masking with the little glory hole.
if we were at a party or whatever, she'd pretend to start a fight with me so that we could like storm off, and then she'd be like, "No, I just wanted to suck your dick."
That's
I-
a really healthy relationship.
Yeah, it was cool. I was in on it.
But I
Once
mean,
the dick sucking started, I wasn't at first. I thought
At first you get
I was in trouble.
Genuinely hurt.
Yeah, like every time I was like, well, I didn't do anything.
She was like,
okay.
now come into the bathroom. You're like, I'm gonna take the angriest piss. All right.
It would be like,
That's
Andrew, I need to talk to you right now, and I'd be like, what did I fucking do this? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Did people
That's
catch on?
terribly manipulative.
Of course they did.
I think so. They didn't. They didn't. No, it's because like afterwards, I was like, that's cool. You can do that anytime.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like a
like, I was on board, like,
it's
so
a
it's fine.
pre-discussed arrangement. Like I'm gonna get angry at you, then I'm gonna.
It
slap
wasn't
you.
the first couple times, and then after a while, she was like, yeah, I might do that later.
I don't think you have to be so theatrical about it. Like, I don't. People aren't.
But then people would be like,
watching
where's Hastings and his girlfriend for?
that. I don't think people
20 minutes.
would be thinking that.
There were like 8 people. At
I
this
assume people would
sleepover. It was
just
a
be like
sleepover.
they've gone
It
to
was like a-
hook up.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing is we could have just been like, we're gonna go fuck in the bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah, wouldn't you rather people be like, oh man, Hastings is so cool, he's hooking up in there? Not like, man, Hastings is a cuck. He keeps getting in trouble every time
It was
we
like-
try and watch movies at our house.
It was more her friends than my friends, I guess.
Yeah, so doesn't that even make you look more emasculated?
Yeah.
There's like probably
That's
some
all-
like guy there being like, this is a good
No,
last.
He's under the thumb.
I'm not with her still. Like, do you know what I mean? We broke up. Like, it's not
Okay.
a decade ago.
Andrew, I'm mad at you.
Yeah, you broke up because all her friends kept being like, he's a pushover.
Yeah, and eventually she was just like, I've decided that I get mad and fight you too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you broke up, did you think you were getting your dick sucked?
I broke up with her, thank you very much.
Yeah, but did she think she was... When you were like, we've got to talk, she was
She
like,
was
all
"I'm
right.
finally gonna get-"
No.
She was like, I'm finally going to get more pussy.
Yeah.
No, but she did try and like. I don't want to talk shit about my ex-girlfriend.
Was she tried to initiate breakup sex?
She tried to be like, no, let's not break up
Oh, cool.
with like, yeah. And I was like, no. And then the next day I was like, maybe a little.
That does sound like
And then
you.
for the next like 5 years, I was
Yeah,
like,
that does
sometimes.
That does sound like
I kept
you.
sleeping with her pretty much right up until I met her vet.
Oh,
On and off, but like, yeah.
yeah. Well, that also sounds like you.
Yeah.
We have to get out of here, so should we start talking about this film?
You seem so nervous about the time. We have heaps of time.
No,
if we
but,
leave
like-
it, we leave at 7:30. We'll be absolutely on time. We'll be there by 7:45 for an 8 o'clock show. Baby.
Yeah, cool. This movie has like one of the funniest DVD commentaries I've ever heard.
I haven't listened to the DVD.
But like,
coming
I'm
through.
not sure it will ever hold up.
Does that mean that we're doing it?
Well, yeah, we can.
Okay, welcome to We'll Just Tell Your Mother We Ate It All, a podcast
We
about
can do
teen sex comedies and things thereabouts. This week we're doing Dude, Where's My Car? A 2000 American stoner comedy film
Starring
directed by
Alexei
Danny Liner.
Toliopoulos and Cameron James.
Dude.
The film stars Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott as two best friends who find themselves unable to remember where they parked their vehicle after a night of recklessness.
That's a great plot summary by Wikipedia.
Man, the Wikipedia giving it too much credit in terms of plot. Like,
This movie has a very funny DVD commentary, but I think it would not hold up now. It's like
Why is that?
Well, it's just 3 frat boys getting drunk, being like, "Wow, Jennifer Garner's fucking hot."
so it's not anyone from the movie involved in the movie.
No, it's Danny Liner,
Oh,
Sean
right.
William Scott, and Ashton Kutcher.
Right, so 3 frat boys. Right.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Sick.
Jesus.
Right.
And just being like,
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
we were fucking like, because the interesting thing about this movie, because you do learn a little bit about the making of the movie through this, is that kind of, well, to make my point, I'll start by saying that eventually Danny Liner went on to make Harold and Kumar, which does,
That makes sense.
They are of a piece.
Yes.
Right.
So the original script for Dude, Where's My Car? Sean William Scott and Ashton Kutcher say it's the funniest thing they'd ever read.
Yeah,
and
right.
it was
Wow.
much more of like a hard like
Yeah.
more like American Pie, Harold and Kumar, like there were gonna be titties, like more so, but like they eventually cut it to make it PG-13. So you'll notice that everyone refers to Jesse and Chester as stoners throughout the movie.
Yeah, I did notice
They
this.
never smoke weed.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only person who smokes weed is a dog.
Yep, I saw that.
So they do. So
That was literally the first, because the first thing so I liked this movie when I was younger, but I haven't watched it in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
I did not enjoy my viewing last night.
Oh, man. Like, this is dog shit, this
I wouldn't
movie.
go that
It's
far, but
so-
I would-
there's a few funny things,
Yeah.
but it's really bad.
I didn't enjoy it, but my whole thing is like the whole movie. Obviously, like you can all tell us there's no plot. It's like just a series of scenes in a
It's the
row.
thinnest premise
Yeah.
ever.
But my thing was, even in the first few minutes, I was like, who are these guys? Why are they so dumb? I understand I'm supposed to read them as stoners, but they haven't meant, so I'm just like, is it just Dumb and Dumber? I'm just accepting that these men are dumb. And then so I was keeping an eye out for, eventually mentioned them smoking weed like 10 minutes in, but there's no justification for why they are, even though the whole point of the movie is them being the way they are. Like,
I love that they're meant to be these like real dumb fucking bong heads or whatever, but when they're like getting the suits put on, they take their shirts off and they are just both inexplicably ripped.
Yeah.
Like it's so incongruous.
They play sports. Also, you can smoke weed and be ripped.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is not, like,
how
it
many
didn't really
people,
doesn't really take me out of Harold and Kumar that they both have, like, decent bodies.
Yeah. It's also weed.
But that makes more sense because they're like switched on.
Yeah,
They're
I
like
guess.
smart
So-
guys, but these guys are just like morons who live in squalor. Like it makes no sense that they would be like
weed
real shredded.
Weed makes you
Like, that's
skinny
like-
if you smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah, but this isn't skinny. This is like I
Yeah,
really
that's true.
looked after my body.
But it's
Like,
easier to
and they're
be
eating pizza off the roof.
like there's a correlation between like body fat percentage is like an important factor in like how jacked someone looks. Like you got to like it shows less fat shows more muscle. But you still got to you're right. These guys go to the fucking gym obviously.
Well, they're also
Yeah.
probably, like, they're meant to be, like, 22 years old.
Yeah,
I
so
would
when
have
I-
guessed,
just
I would have
had,
guessed
like,
younger. I would have
decent
guessed about
bodies.
18
Man,
or 19.
when I was 16, I was very, very skinny, but I fucking played football very casually, and I like was in great shape. Like
Yeah.
when you're young, you can just fucking like doesn't matter. Like man, I will say like Ashton Kutcher, like he is at this stage a beautiful man. Like he is
Yeah, he is
attractive man.
Yes.
Like, his hair,
He's
my
making
lord.
it work, yeah.
Sean William Scott aged more gracefully. Like he looks quite good in like role models or something like that.
Sean William Scott seems less insane, and I think being insane ages you poorly.
I think what it is Sean William Scott kind of grew into having a ripped body, so just
Yeah.
became like a guy who was like you'd believe that a guy who's 28 but drinks a few beers but like loves weights and stuff is Sean William
Yeah,
Scott.
Some of it is
Absolutely.
the hair as well. His hair in like this and the American Pie movies is no good.
Yeah. I think he kind of kept his hair. It was of the time. Like that early 2000s look we all
Oh
make
yeah,
fun
the
of.
Ashton Kutcher
It was
would have been golden for the ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. Ashton, well, I mean, he was like the hot one in that 70s show. He was...
Punk.
This is his
Yep.
that 70s show hair.
No, but he's still hot.
Yeah.
Like, Kutcher was like a fashionable guy, right? Like he was considered...
Yeah, well, it was like
He's married
it's-
to Mila Kunis.
it was
Yeah,
like
that was years later.
Good
though.
looking guy.
yeah. So
I'm
it was
making
like
me
He was
laugh.
that,
married to
Goodness.
Demi Moore first.
it was basically
Oh,
like
yeah,
his
that's
that
crazy.
70s show hair, but like teased to look more
Yeah.
of the time.
It was probably filmed at the same time and they just styled it differently.
almost certainly.
Yeah.
Counterpoint. I loved this movie.
Yeah, I thought you
Yeah,
might.
you said this last night to
It's
me.
so funny.
Yeah.
Like I think I laughed out loud so many times during this
Oh,
movie.
Not I.
The best thing in the movie, which I don't think I would have noticed, is the thing that you pointed out to me last night.
Yeah, because you have to
With-
be
'cause
fucking on the ball with this.
Because it's the only
Sharp,
it's the
tight.
only subtle bit of comedy in it. Like the rest of it is just so beat you over the head, dumb.
I don't know.
Unlike this this
Yeah,
podcast.
This is
the
genius.
most subtle, nuanced comedy podcast in the world. Like, oh, I'm Hastings. I like to get it socked.
Oh, but you know, like but like this movie just annoyed me. Like trying to like manufacture a catchphrase, like
catchphrases are interesting. So I'll say this. Read the catchphrase, and then obviously I'll let you continue your point. This is the first movie I remember, and maybe it's just because of the age I am. This is the first movie I remember making it big with like the playground quotes, like the Anchorman, like the pre-Anchorman.
yeah, because everyone was just saying shibby and dude and sweet.
Zoltan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
And
know
then-
what?
and
I
then
think
was
that-
huge.
yeah, and
My
then was
God.
massive.
And every single thing you've mentioned is a very funny part of the movie.
I think
I see-
Zoltan's kind of unfunny.
I think Zoltan's
Shibby is
hysterical.
annoying. I hate Shibby.
I like-
this
I-
movie is not Shibby.
I find Shibby to be an endearing quirk. I find all of Sean William Scott's reaction work, facial-wise, to be hysterical.
I don't disagree with that because I think Sean William Scott is quite funny.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher's not a good comedy actor. In that 70s show, he's not funny. In this, he's not very funny. I don't
He's
think.
much funnier in that '70s show.
I don't know about that.
I think
I think he's kind of lame.
I think he
like-
plays a role in this in that he's effectively the lead of the two of them. which
Yes.
means Sean William Scott gets to do more things.
Yeah.
So like Ashton
Gets
Kutcher
the
is
punchline of every
well,
scene.
Ashton Kutcher is more of a plot propulsion
Yeah.
device in a lot of the
Which
scenes.
means every scene's going to be, hey man, we got to go do this. All right, well here's my joke.
Yeah, so Sean
Like,
William Scott
yeah.
gets to do like a bit of business, and he's great in it. I think.
do a bit
And-
of business. I like that.
Yeah,
Do
there
a
is
bit of business.
the line reading I was talking about to Rose that I still think is like one of the best parts of the movie is when they first go
It was the best part.
to Zoltan's compound
Mm.
and they see like the parents' house, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Whoa, is this where Zoltan lives?" And then he stops himself and tries to be much more casual. He's like, "Oh, is this where Zoltan lives?"
That's
like
funny.
he wants to be cool.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I
was-
thought that was the best part.
Yeah, I didn't think it was unwatchable or dog shit or anything. I just didn't really enjoy it.
I liked it.
I'm also not 12. Is a big part.
I
of
liked it better
Yeah.
than I did when
Really?
I first watched it.
Oh, I loved this
Interesting.
when I was 12.
I thought it was
but, like,
fine, but like I think now it does have, to me, it does have like some dumb quotables. Like I think like the one where he's like my alter ego Smokey McPot. I find very endearing. Like I find the fact that they constantly pressing the button, the bubbles on those stupid suits, very endearing.
That's all right. I don't think it was a terrible movie. I just didn't care for it personally. Do they do food at the lounge?
Yeah, they do pizzas. They always have.
Is it good? I don't think I've had
They
one
got
of
other
their
food
pizzas.
as well. There's
it's
like
like super-
burgers and shit.
I'm just quite hungry.
Super thin crust, pretty good.
Is it crispy though? I don't like those pizzas that feels just like cheese on.
We should have this conversation on the way.
We could find content if we could get there.
What are you saying about pizza? I'm listening.
I like it from the roof connected to the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also got the pizza delivery guy. Also has a perfect stupid name. That's
Yeah.
like Mr. Pizzioli or something.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's just like a
Pizza-Cola.
black dude.
I haven't made a pizza in a while. Maybe I should make like. Did you used to do that when you were like a kid? You'd like make not a kid even, but as an adult.
I still make pizza.
Yeah, you like you
but
get all
put
the
like snakes and gummy bears.
I used to go to Max Brenner have the dessert pizzas. They were great.
Oh yeah.
I don't think
There was
I've
a
ever
Max
had
Brenner
one.
at Manly Wharf, so I used to go there heaps. when
That
I
is
was a kid.
I used to go to
maybe
Max
the
Brenner
lamest
quite a bit.
activity of all is to go to Max Brenner.
I used to go to Max Brenner heaps.
I went so often.
Great place to like go on dates and stuff.
I had a girlfriend when I was 15 to
Yeah.
19. Like
Or
I went there
meet-
all the time.
Or meet the
bro.
girl that you like that works there and just hope that she notices you, you know?
I go to the townie for that.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, but still.
Still.
We've spoken about that on the pod, right? How I used to insist that everyone would go to the townie
Yeah, so
every
you
week.
could meet the bartender.
So I could just
there.
flirt with the bartender a little bit.
yeah, and then you later told me that the bartender was into me.
She was into me as well. Like let's
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
did fuck
could
her.
have
I want
tried-
that on the record.
I could have tried to cuck you.
Yeah, well, But that was pretty cool. I used to go do that. Just hang out at, like Jamie as a teenager at Max Brenner, but as a 28-year-old man.
But that would happen a lot. People would go to a bar because they like the bartender. That would happen.
Yeah.
Constantly.
She said the deciding factor. She said that she said that she has hooked up with patrons before, but she usually rejects them, and she gets asked it a lot. Usually rejects them. She says the thing that clinched it is I waited till she wasn't behind the bar to ask her out. Apparently, that's like the deciding factor.
That makes sense.
It does
Yeah,
make sense,
'cause
but
you
I
can't-
didn't think about that at all.
Because you being
I just
behind the
don't like
bar
it.
is really
Because you
weird
think
and
you're
you
super
can't
charming
escape.
when you're there.
She also, one of my moves was literally I was
Would you
going to
be
be like, right,
hey, do you
I was
want to
gonna,
go
like,
out? Oh, nah.
I was going to
Oh,
like
well,
maybe
can I get a Resh's?
I was genuinely like considering like just a note slide and leave it in her hands, but I didn't tell her that. Then like when she was like, "Oh, I was glad when you asked me out," because like some guys are so lame about it, like
They
they
fucking
slide
do
me
it.
a note. And I'm like, "Oh,
And
wouldn't
you're
that-"
like, yes, lame, crinkle.
yeah. So I
Good
try to
lad.
do the basketball shot into the bin, but miss. She can see the "Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe."
Yeah.
On the
It doesn't help that you say Kobe when you do it.
yeah, I'm all dejected, but I'm still like for 3.
Boom shakalaka.
Nothing but net, miss. Nothing but net.
Yeah, she just sees it. It bounces on the rim, completely springs open. You can see it's been written in purple crayon and all caps.
Yeah, I've got purple like crown stains on my
Yeah.
fingers.
There's a couple of letters like, that are backwards.
Yeah, exactly. He's drawn a little picture of them holding hands at the bottom, and she's like,
She looks down at it, looks up. I'm just giving her the eyebrows.
yeah. She's like, why does this guy have 3 legs? And you're like, you tell me.
I know not everyone is blessed, but I remember sitting next to a guy when I was in year 8 who wrote like G's backwards, and I was just like, how could this be?
Wait, what part of G's did he?
Well,
He like wrote it like
so it looks like a
completely
Q
the wrong
almost.
way
He spelled
around.
G's ZEEG.
No,
J?
he's talking about the letter G.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Oh, I think you were saying the word G's, as in like
No.
G's.
No.
And I was like,
G.
he spelled it Z.
Zeke?
Yeah, Zeege.
Yeah.
Man, I don't mind copping a Zeege every now and then.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah.
But like that's crazy.
I used to do B
By the
and
time
P's
you're what, like
backwards.
14?
Like B, D, and P and Q backwards.
Until how old though?
yeah.
like 7 or 8.
No, that's not too bad.
yeah, that like
Yeah.
that you could understand, but like 14.
Once I learned my lefts and rights, like I figured it out. Like I was like, okay, P goes on the left, Q goes on the right. And then, how did you guys learn the difference between left and right?
I had 2 shoes, right? And
Yeah.
I pissed in the right one and I shit in the left one. So when I put my foot in, I'd be like, oh, that's full of
Yeah.
human feces.
Fuck yeah.
That's obviously my left.
Yeah.
This right one's a bit damp, smells a bit better. That's my right.
We've actually had this discussion on the podcast before, and it's maybe the best slam you've ever got on me, so I don't want to revisit
What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Fuck. I know that like
I'd love to know.
I remember because my parents thought it would. I think I've said this on the podcast before, but my parents thought it would help me learn by putting in.
Yeah,
my
this
shoes
we had this
left and
exact
right.
we had this
and
exact
I was just like, yeah,
conversation.
but it doesn't help because I don't know fucking which. So now I've just got 2 shoes that hurt.
The way I remembered was by a combination of
Come on, we should move on. We've had this discussion before.
remembering which hand was like my strong hand, like Scary Movie, and also remembering what side of the car my mum is on when I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, okay, if the driver's on the right, that means that, you know, I'd picture I'm in a car every time.
We learned to
Do you still do that?
No, I know my lefts and right.
right comes up from the ground, whereas left comes down from the ceiling.
Yep.
I like my piss and shit idea. I think I'm gonna teach my kid that.
Yeah. Do you
That'll be
think
real
pisses are
popular at
boys and
school.
shits are girls, or shits are like shits are boys and
shits are
pisses
boys.
Shits are boys and pisses are girls.
Yeah.
What are farts?
Non-binary.
Don't make me say. Yeah. Don't. I say you're leading me into trap. And
That
as a
actually
queer
leads-
icon. I won't.
that leads nicely back into there's some crook trans stuff in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's
it was
pretty-
made in 2001.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't even know about trans people yet. I don't think that's true, did they? I guess we did, right?
Well, they
Like,
did,
why
but they
is
called
it-
her a transsexual.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Which
We don't use that anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, but
like an
I would argue.
But I do.
I would argue that I do, and it's as a queer icon, it's fine. No, I made the argument to Rose that like I thought saying transsexual in 2001 was probably a little ahead of the curve
Well, it would've
because they
been-
would have been saying transvestite.
No,
they
it
mean
wouldn't-
different things.
It wouldn't have been transvestite.
It didn't not to fucking people
No,
in
yeah, you're right.
2001
Not-
though.
yeah.
But like, even though they say transsexual, he like the beginning of it is him saying you're a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty
bad.
probo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got the official take. Dude, where's my car? Kind of problematic.
Yeah.
No, yeah, of
But
course.
like, why? Like, every time it happens in one of these movies, the person always has to scrape their tongue off.
Yeah.
It happens in fucking Ace Ventura. It happens in this.
Basketball.
Which is ironic because that's what you did after we made out.
Yeah, but you know that wasn't really like a kind of gender issue. That was just repulsed by.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to do it. That's the joke, but yeah, that's the.
Yeah, you explain your jokes on here all the
I
time.
do think like something like that, like unfortunately for things that like it can be used to retroactively make an argument against a movie you don't like already
Yeah,
versus you're still like because like okay, so the example would be that like and no one here has made the argument, but like people are like Ace Ventura is a fucking classic, and you're like it's a classic of the genre, it's an amazing movie front to back, and you're like,
Yeah.
but what about all the crook trans stuff? And they're like, oh, but it's so funny. Like the
Yeah.
movie as a whole is, and then you can pick on this and be like, oh, it's a dumb movie, and then they also do this. Like there is a bit of like because
They kind of made that point on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
yeah, there are gaps in like
yeah. There's also an element of like we all use iPhones made by slave children. Like, isn't there an element like it's I don't know. Do you want to like? There's no things being made is going to involve bad things.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're a capitalism, excessive consumption.
iPhones
You know
being
this
made-
argument.
yeah,
but yeah,
iPhone-
of course it's bad. Like it's, I'm
iPhones
not
were slaves
trying
by
to
children, and
defend
I hate that take though because that's the take of like the overly offended unwoke comic who's like
Yes,
trying to get the
absolutely.
thing is like
It's a very nihilistic take.
Well,
almost.
someone who's
it's
like
It's
if
the
someone-
take of someone who like you're like, oh, you're late. You know, Hitler.
yeah,
but like people who are like, yeah, this guy's fucking gay, this guy's gay, and then someone's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm actually kind of a fan, and he's like, you have a fucking iPhone, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
well,
of
yeah,
course.
we need to communicate with people.
Of course, I'm not. I absolutely. I'm using this more now in the context of like movies get made. Movies have to get made. Bad things might happen because time and culture and attitudes and knowledge and education and all that shifts. Like we can't just write off movies from before
Sure.
2015.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna write off movies. in
I think
general.
I think you can
Done
see,
with it as a medium.
Yep.
I think you
Let's
can
just go back to talking about drills and be over it.
I think you can see where it's more cynically done, though. Like, I think
Absolutely.
you can see a movie
Absolutely.
where like someone's like, "Oh, this guy just probably doesn't like gay people,"
Absolutely.
versus like this guy just used slang at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course. Man, Ace Ventura is a great
Because like,
movie.
what would be like the most homophobic comedy ever made? Probably like one that like you'd say has almost like a
like
deep.
outside of like overtly and specifically made. This is like
For the purpose of
yeah,
homophobia.
exactly. Because I'm sure there've been ones made as just hate films.
Not like
There's
not
Birth
like
of the Nations for
propaganda.
gay.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
Birth of a Gation. No.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Birth of a Gation.
But what because
Memoirs
like
of a
Pleasure
gay-
working with you.
the-
Hang on, what about Memoirs of a Gay Cunt?
there's
It's your bloody diary, mate.
Yeah, mate.
because like I don't know if you've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back recently.
Not
but
recently.
That is
Not
like
for a while.
very gay panicky.
Yeah.
But also like the like 2 movies before they did like that movie exploring like lesbianism that is kind of like dated poorly, but at the time was heralded as being like so progressive. And this is
But
just
it's
like-
also like a guy trying to turn a lesbian.
yeah, but then like it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like at the end.
I think it was homophobic of them to make Brokeback Mountain so boring.
I thought Brokeback
I actually
Mountain
love
was
Brokeback
quite
Mountain. I was just
delightful.
trying to think of a boring gay
I've actually
movie.
never. I've
actually really like it.
I've actually never seen it.
It's worth your time. It's long and it's slow, but it's well worth your time.
It's like because all right, well,
It's quite beautiful. Like it's
what
yeah.
about like because like
the
I
music?
reckon
Looks,
like
it looks amazing. Its music's incredible. Like
the I would argue that like yes, this Ace Ventura of their time
Yeah.
bad elements. Project X
yeah,
Yeah.
no
has
real
them
excuse.
be like, hey, Montel or whatever your name is, you're a faggot, and they but like they're never at pains to be like, oh, but this guy is a douchebag and a horrible person. They're still they like
Yeah.
want the best to happen for all those people.
That
in the
definitely
movie.
wasn't outward. That wasn't, I don't think, deliberate homophobia. I think that was someone trying to do super bad badly.
Yeah, but I also
Yeah.
think like that.
But it comes across very.
Yeah, I
poorly.
think, I think it's more of, but that's more of like a cynical vein where someone's like, well, what do? We got to make some fucking gay jokes in here rather than just like, oh, we've done it. Like, here's. But is there like a comedy movie that's like super anti-gay in its take, like, or one where just like a gay character is like so ridiculous? You know, like what? Who's the gay version of Mickey Rooney from Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Oh, good question. Okay, there we go.
Because like
never
that would
even-
surely exist, right?
Fuck,
Probably.
There's
Like
gonna
someone
be a
who's
good
just
answer to
so
that.
flamboyantly
Yeah.
gay. Because like I mean, like have you seen the Birdcage? Like
No, but that's like on purpose.
Not for ages.
yeah, but I mean, like if you remade the Birdcage now and said that like Robin Williams and Hank Azaria was starring in it, apart from the fact that Robin Williams dead or whatever.
Yeah.
But like if you were like Hank Azaria playing a gay
and
guy,
the Hank Azaria.
yeah,
is
well
Apu.
he'd have Apu Part 2. Like people would be like, this guy can't fucking play this like super like camp
But
flamboyant man.
that used to be a thing that was kind of like held up as like.
Well, people
like
still
a badge
do.
of
Like,
honor is just like this straight person played a gay
Yeah,
character.
but, like,
they kissed someone of the same sex
I think-
on screen.
I think
which,
the-
admittedly, that happens in this movie. Sean William Scott, pretty up for snogging
yeah,
a dude.
he loves it.
Yeah,
But like
American
I think
Pie
like
2, this
what was the movie we were literally just talking about?
Breakfast
Just-
at Tiffany's.
Birdcage.
Yeah, Birdcage. Like Birdcage is still like heralded as a great comedy.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
I don't think many people like. I haven't heard many takes about it where it's like this is aged poorly.
Isn't it? Well, because isn't it like a queer movie? Isn't it?
yeah.
It
It's
is a
quite
queer
like
movie.
a
Yeah.
loving homage to
Yeah.
drag performers. And
But like if that had been
the
done wrong
gay
by
club
like a
scene.
couple of shades, then that would be your Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess like I kind of assume the Birdcage was made by gay people, but I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Have you seen In and Out? The one with Kevin Kline? Because like the marketing,
again, not for
because the marketing
ages.
campaign for that whole movie runs counter to kind of what the movie
All right,
is.
I'm going to Google the phrase gayest character. You keep talking.
Okay, but it would probably just be Big Gay Al from South Park.
Yeah, or a photo of you.
What?
Got him.
What about most?
I can make that.
What
joke,
about
I'm gay.
most offensive depiction of
Fine,
gay?
I'm wording it more intelligently.
Yeah.
But also,
Gay
I
dudes.
also do want to know what comes up when you just write gayest character.
gayest
Yeah,
man
let's do.
ever.
Do gayest man ever first.
Gayest man ever.
Who is
Holy shit! It comes up with an answer.
Joel Durf. No.
Someone had to set that up as a joke.
Who is he?
Yeah. That's
Oh no,
gotta be.
he wrote 3 gay. He's a gay author, I guess. There's also a YouTube
But how does that
video.
make him the gayest man ever?
My quest to become the gayest person ever.
Oh, well, that's
there you
probably
go.
it.
Yeah.
I think it's a gay guy who's done it.
Yeah.
I think he's like trying to lean in.
Yeah.
I'll find it. You keep going. I'm gonna find it.
So I was saying about In and Out is that like
Yeah.
the movie, the way I remember it, which could be wrong, is that like there is someone outs him as gay. He says he's not. He's not.
Well,
the whole town kind of thinks he's.
Isn't it that he like doesn't know he's gay and someone just assumes he is?
Yes, but then at the end he realizes that he is gay.
Yeah.
and like
Because isn't he
comes-
supposed to be getting married?
Yeah, and comes out of the closet. Where the advertising campaign was just like, haha, he's gay, and everyone think like no, it was just like everyone thinks he's gay, but he's not. Like
yeah, that's pretty crazy, right?
yeah. Which is like, I mean, like that advertising campaign, because then like you'd have to imagine like a bunch of like people sitting in a room being like, well, we can't like, you can't A, give away the ending of the movie, but like B, they'd probably be like, gays don't sell. And like they'd be like, so we have to go the other way.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Here we go. I've got an article with some critiques. I'm hoping for a bit of a list.
Yeah.
This is all video game shit.
Duke Nukem.
They kind of explored that idea in a Mr. Show sketch where like the parents are like forcing their kid to be gay. And they're like, we love our gay son.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I've
like,
seen
That's
that
a
one.
great sketch.
Yeah.
Man, Miss Show's pretty good.
Mr.
like-
Show fucking rules.
is that-
Mrs.
no-
Show, huh?
Yeah.
We're talking about representation. Where's Mrs. Show?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about Roberta Odenkirk?
Yeah.
What about
What about David Crossina?
I was working on something pretty similar in my head.
Yeah. Paul F.
Ma-
Tomclett.
Marilyn
You're on fire.
Marilyn Rice Cub was in the first couple of seasons. Of that. She's in.
Well,
this
what do you
movie.
reckon the
She
S
was
stand-
Marilyn Guy's Cub.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the S stands for in Paul F. Tompkins?
Female. Paul female Tompkins.
Paul female
Paul
Tompkins.
female Tompkins. Man, is your reception bad up here or something?
No.
Oh, here we go. These are the 13 most offensive LGBTQ portrayals ever.
Here we go.
Here we
There
go.
you Do we know any of these?
I'm gonna go for ones I know.
A lot of these.
Deliverance,
Deliverance, but then
But that's not a. But
gay,
isn't,
are they?
is it-
gay rape scene.
Yeah, but they're
right.
just
But
like,
isn't that just
Yeah,
like
that's
an
more a
offensive
power
portrayal
thing.
of like Southern people?
Oh, okay. I've heard of the movie Cruising, but haven't seen it. Do you know the movie Cruising?
No,
No.
but that is on our list.
All right.
Really?
Is it with the guy who plays McDreamy and
No, it's from 1980, and it's about a gay guy
Is that really
who
on
like
our list?
fucks men in bathrooms and truck stops. And
maybe
shit.
it's not that.
That's what cruising is.
Okay, it's not a. Okay, it's.
Why don't you just
okay,
say
I
what
now.
they
Okay,
all are?
it's no, because they're all 40s movies, most of them. Okay, I now
Right.
pronounce you Chuck and Larry as the most homophobic movie.
Makes sense. And the Australian version is pretty like.
Yeah,
What's the
But-
Australian version?
Well, it's based on a Paul Hogan and Michael.
oh, that's
What's the guy from the castle? Michael Caton.
Michael
Yeah.
Keaton.
No.
No, it's Michael Keaton. It's Batman.
I'm gay.
Wait, you're about Michael Caine? He's Alfred. Yeah. I'm gay. That's-
So there's got to be.
I like men.
I also.
Sorry,
yeah.
Village People. It's not a movie, but Village People is the answer to your question. That's
Yeah.
the most offensive portrayal of gay people. Sure.
But I mean,
But
like,
they're
I
all
also.
gay.
Yeah. I thought
I
they were all
don't think
gay.
they all are. I think they
Maybe
were
not now, 'cause
marketed to
there's-
be.
Are you sure?
I don't think they were all
Oh,
gay.
they
Even if
had
they
to
weren't,
be.
the way they were
Damn, that'd
packaged
be
was so over the
crazy.
top and
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
I'm gonna look it up.
Their biggest song is about the YMCA.
Yeah. So they like you'd think like the straight guys would be like, yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, if Village People are gay.
All right. Well, here's
It's a
one
reference
of
to like
them.
Greenwich Village,
Vic-
right? The Village
yeah,
People
yeah.
are into Greenwich
Yeah,
Village,
yeah, yeah.
right?
Probably.
Victor Willis.
Which
He's
is-
in. Oh shit! No, he's married to a woman.
Yeah.
That
But hang
guy.
on, there's no original members left.
I
Oh,
don't
well,
think
they-
the Village People still exist.
Yeah, they do.
They have a full replacement lineup of the Village People.
Yeah.
Same jobs.
Yeah.
They just sit okay, the builder died. We got to get in the new builder.
Yeah.
Or is it like the builder's out? Let's get a postman.
Yeah.
All right,
no,
let me
they
look
have
up-
they wear all the same costumes. They were out here like a few years ago.
So how do you know which one?
No, Victor Willis is an original 7th member, and he's been married to 2 women.
Really?
Felipe Rose has all. Let's see him. It
You can just
doesn't
Google it, the Village People gay.
Yeah.
No, we don't doing a lot of Google in this episode, but I kind of don't
Our
hate it.
producer's working really hard.
Yeah, fuck, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, like, we're finding out it's history being made. People are going to be like, I can't believe they spent 10 minutes figuring out a fact that we all knew.
YMCA.
Hey, this is investigative journalism.
One of them was a minister's son.
I'm just Googling village people.
You're not talking into the microphone.
I'm just Googling village people gay.
Oh, dip. Did you know? Here's a interesting bit of trivia.
What?
That one of the original members of the village people, his brother was identified as the falling man from the September 11 attacks.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's how My Chemical Romance got together.
That's a wild bit of trivia.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Man, holy shit. If you type in "are the" into Google, first 3 questions: are the fires still burning? Are the bushfires still burning? Are there still fires in Australia? First 3 suggestions. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
People don't even know that they're still going. Fuck me. All right. Well, there you go.
So what do
Are the bushfires gay?
Yeah. I would agree
They're
with.
flaming.
I would agree.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Shut up.
That's good. I actually would say that's good.
Would actually say that
I would
that's
actually say
actually
it's
quite good.
Yeah. I can't believe I forgot. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Like, that's extremely.
Yeah, that's like the answer in terms of film, I think. Are the village people gay? I'm not getting a straight answer.
What actually
Or a gay
what
answer.
actually happens in that movie?
They pretend to be married so they can, like, get a house or something. They're like,
Right.
it's like a class thing as well, because they're like blue collar tough guys, and then they have to be gay because they're not getting the benefits. I think they want benefits or something. It's all
Right.
about like getting a nice house. So they have
see.
to they have to fool people by being gay, and they can't just be like 2 guys who are like, yeah, we're gay. They have to be the most flamboyant homosexuals that you've ever seen.
Right.
All right, can I read this to you?
Yes.
Oh, God.
It's quite funny, and it does kind of answer the question. I only can read the first 2 paragraphs because it's a subscription thing.
Yeah.
It's from the times.co.uk. Headline: We are not a gay act.
Oh, come on.
Village people say, bracket, with a straight face. There you
Oh,
go.
God.
After 35 years of belting out YMCA and in the Navy, the village people are still bothered by one question. What's this gay subtext that people keep mentioning? Here we go. They have been described as the first gay superstar group. One of the original members was discovered dancing in a Native American headdress in a gay nightclub, and several others answered the job advert reading, "Macho types wanted, must have moustache."
Oh, that fucking rules. Because imagine, like, it's one
I'm
guy...
just a builder.
One guy dancing in a nightclub with racist paraphernalia. So
Yeah.
he's already in trouble. And then just a bunch of people being like, what the fuck is this shit?
What, you mean gay people like
Yeah.
this stuff?
Well, you know, I thought we were just singing a fun song about joining the naval forces of America.
I just said I wanted to be a macho man. What's so gay about that?
Do
Young
they-
man.
Do they still have the Native American?
I don't know. You were
think
the only
that-
one at the table who knew
Yeah.
they were still together, so I
think
can't
they've-
answer that for
I
you.
think they've rotated.
They must
like,
have
they
retired
rotate
it.
things in and out.
That
I
or
think-
it has to be a Native American. playing it.
Native American. I think they're crazy for not, whenever a member dies or leaves.
You retired the jersey.
Yeah, you retire the headdress and you put him with like a new job. So you get like a postman village person. You get like a
How do you make a sexy, gay-looking postman outfit?
they'd figure it out. Short shorts.
Well, the argument was that-
motorbike. I don't know.
so like, but what was like the
It's right there.
what was like the thing with the village
Carry bag?
people was like they would dress like various like gay I guess like not Native
Yeah,
American.
they're
I
one
don't
of
know.
the-
No, I don't
one
think
of
it's
the
gay
characters-
stereotypes. I think it's gay fantasies.
One of them is
I
like,
think it's gay fantasy.
One of them
yeah.
is like leather daddy,
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it's a fantasy thing.
which is like biker.
So like the next village person is going to be like married guy who sneaks out at night.
Yeah, yeah. The next guy is gonna. I can't wait for the new
It's
round
the
of
guy
village
sitting
people.
there singing, and he's like on his computer, like messaging someone online.
Conservative Australian politician visiting a bathhouse.
Guy who has secret Grindr profile with no avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just guy on too much MDMA who's like 19 having a good time. Shirt off, sweating a lot. He's real skinny.
So they just look like you.
Yeah, they just get like a 19-year-old twink Hastings
go for
village
that job.
person. Man, when I was skinny and 19, I was such a good twink. God, if only I was still gay.
You were never gay.
No,
You
I
turned
know.
off
If
the
only I
tap.
was still attracted to men.
Hmm.
I don't know. I was thinking about dipping my toe back in.
Yeah, I know.
I always
and
think
it
about
just,
Diplo.
Everyone's so opposed to me being attracted to men. There's so much evidence for it, yet people are so opposed to it. Why can't I be bi?
Because it really just seems performative and like you aren't.
I wasn't even doing comedy or knew any of you when I was like hooking up with guys.
Comedy has enough bi people in it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's just so offensive.
That's kind of like what it feels like, actually.
Yeah,
They're
like, yeah.
We're full.
It's there's so much not for you Hastings in this world, and bisexuality. I'm not bi. I'm not like whatever. I just think some men are hot.
Maybe it's the fact that you keep saying you're not.
Yeah.
Because I'm not anymore.
But then
I
when
wasn't.
you're
I don't know.
more-
It's confusing. Like I don't. It's like just
You were
complicated
young
and
and
weird
you were
and confusing.
experimenting.
Yeah, fine. I'm thinking about doing that.
No, you were, is what I'm saying.
Oh, and I'm not allowed to anymore?
No, you're done.
yeah,
We've revoked
you've had your
card.
time.
I think this is what they call gatekeeping. I think I'm being gatekept. I also think this is what they call bi-erasure.
We sent you to the straight store.
Yeah.
No, I have a lot of love for.
What do I
my
have to do
bi
for people to
friends.
take me seriously as a man attracted to men?
Have sex with a man.
That's such an unfair barrier.
That's a high barrier to entry.
All right, I'm kissing a guy tonight.
Okay.
Who?
I'll download Grindr. Whatever.
Try kiss one of the acts.
Who's on?
I don't know.
Only women.
But we'll find out. That's because they knew you'd come and try and sausage them.
At the very least, we know the headliner is a man.
Yeah. You could try to get with that.
Is there like a Grindr but just for kissing?
No, I don't think so.
I'm gonna Google Grindr for kissing.
Maybe like Smoocher or something.
Yeah, Grindr. I gotta.
There's probably like some form of isn't that a gay thing where it's like there is like a sub market of like because there's like people who are into being a bottom top, but there are like it is like fetish is the wrong word because that makes it sound like kind of gross. But
Kink.
like there is maybe that, but like there is like a subculture of people who are attracted to people who are dipping their toes in but not necessarily wanting to go the whole
That is
hog.
definitely a thing. Like curious straight guys are very like fetishized.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should get into that.
We should probably wrap up in a sec because
Yeah.
I need to put clothes on and.
Yeah.
I think people don't want me to be attracted to men because it would retroactively make so much stuff that people have done so fucked. Do you
what
know
do
what
you
I mean?
mean? Stuff that
Like
people have
bully
done.
me. It's like it would change the tone of bullying me for the last decade, essentially.
I don't think so.
Then why are people so opposed?
Your
People-
ability at comedy has nothing to do with the fact that you want to make sex.
I
with
don't
a
think my
man.
ability of
I
comedy
would
is
like
even
to
what we're
make
talking
sex
about.
with a man.
I don't understand why people. So even when I'm just like floating the idea, I'm thinking about it or whatever. Why people have such a visceral reaction to it? I don't understand.
I think it's because you, as Tom Walker once described it on here, your sexuality is a kaleidoscope of horrors. And if that was
That's so biphobic. What the fuck are you saying? Like,
he's like, he meant like what you do in your sex life.
yeah,
and if-
consensual sex with adults.
but
Crazy.
No, but if that was
Children.
opened up to
What do people think I do?
more people.
Maybe it's just because you're so loud about the sex that you do with women. People
Yeah.
are like, we'd rather it just. We don't want to contain. We want to contain to
Well,
one
I'm
thing.
sorry, but it's not up to them. Like.
But it is. They've spoken.
The community.
They-
I guess the real question is why. I guess maybe it speaks to my why am I so concerned that what people? I guess because
Do you think people really have a problem with it?
Yeah, man. When I was talking about Old Maid at Everly, people had a real thing about it. Like not like mad, but people were just like, "You're being dumb." Like, what are you talking about? Like, I can't explore that myself. I don't get to enjoy that.
You can do whatever you want.
It doesn't seem like it.
Oh my god, he's becoming 2019 Hastings again.
All right,
We
you're
gotta
right.
put him
I'm
down.
you know what? I'm healthy 2020 Hastings. I'm going to explore whether or not I'm attracted to men, which I might not be. I don't know. I haven't had the chance to figure it out.
Why don't you
in
like
my own
try
time.
jack off to a picture of a man?
I've done that.
Then you're fine.
Cool. I'm bi now.
Yeah.
Can I have
We've
some gigs,
decided.
please?
Speaking of,
Oh, that's maybe why.
No, it's not.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
I did it before because I did it before I even started comedy. So it's like I'm.
But you were saying that the people in comedy are the people who are aghast. by
Yeah. So people think that I would fake being bisexual to get gigs.
based on the like, but that goes like heads and like.
That's crazy.
But that goes hand in hand with my theory that because you're so loud about your exploits and you're so kind of bleeding heart on sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make this nice about
Thank
you as
you.
well.
I appreciate
But
that.
like,
I did notice that. I
But
appreciate it.
you're so open about everything. that you could just be like at a party being like, yeah, I'm into fucking dudes now, give me a gig. And people will be like, oh, that's why. Maybe.
I don't lie, though. I'm not a liar.
I know you're not a liar, but you still might say that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't. I know that I wouldn't, but they don't know that.
No, I don't know. I think
We've
you would
opened up
say-
a can of worms
Yeah.
too late into the episode.
I think you would say it, but I think you would say it as a joke, and like so many things about you, people would not necessarily interpret it as such.
Yeah, I think I see what you say. I agree with everything you're saying, but there does seem to be a weird attitude of Hastings doesn't get to explore that side of things. Attitude from the people
Maybe it's
around
because
me.
no one else is really doing it.
What? I think guys are fucking guys. I think
No,
it's
no,
out there.
one,
Never
no one else is really just being like, maybe I'll do this like you are.
Yeah. Well, that's their fucking like. I don't.
No,
That,
but maybe there would be objection if other people were saying that.
right. Okay. I don't know. When Nico came out, no one questioned it.
No, people have questioned that.
Oh, I haven't seen that, but fair enough.
I've
Yeah.
absolutely seen people question
Oh, well,
that.
not to me. They haven't.
Yeah,
All right.
because you don't really hang out with them.
It's in people's nature to question because people are so shitty most of the time.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe.
Oh, man, I'm sure people said fucking weird shit when I came out and all that.
I think people will always have an opinion that like runs counter to even their wokest thought. Like at times, like I reckon you could run into like Clementine Ford, and like if you were like, I'm thinking of getting into guys, she'd be like, yeah, great, and she'd be like, fucking disgusting, dude. Like tweets about you being like, oh, gross straight men are trying to get into gay stuff now. Like maybe that's.
Straight men have ruined gay sex.
Well, maybe that could be one of the
I'd
problems.
ruin being into guys. Is that what it is?
No, that like you've ruined being into guys because you're so gross with women.
I'm not even gross with women though. That's like a fabrication.
No, it's not that you're gross with women. It's that you are vocal about what you do, and that is considered gross.
I'm just an extroverted person. So
Yeah,
sue
and then
me.
what? And then in the end, like, what's so wrong with that? Like, you could frame that as like Hastings ultimately is just a sex positive guy who likes to talk to his friends.
Yes. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
I will say this at the end of the episode. You are not disrespectful to any of these women, and if you did turn out to be bisexual, I would be supportive. I actually really care about bi-erasure. It's bad.
Just
So-
not when it's Andrew Hastings. It's not for Hastings. I get it, man. It's just another not for Hastings. I get it. That's cool, man. Just another one. I also don't get what other things don't I get, Jamie?
Opportunities.
The opportunities, respect, sort of like good night's sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not really afforded that. I don't know, man. It's all right. It's 2020.
sack
I'm healthy
riggings.
now. I'm downloading Grindr right now.
All right. We've got to go.
Yeah, we do have to
We
go.
ended up
Yeah,
doing
we've got to go.
relatively normal episode.
Okay, plugs. Come to Powerbomb every Friday, Staves Brewery, 8 p.m. In Glebe. Come to Comedy at Papagetti's the third Tuesday of every month at Papagetti's Bar in the CBD. My show at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival, I believe, is on sale now. It's called Goddess. It's at 6 p.m. at Mantra on Russell. Please come to that. I'm also doing a Sydney Comedy Festival on May 6 and May 8 at the Factory Theatre at 9:30 p.m. Come to that also, please. Rose Alice Piper on Twitter and Instagram.
I'm not doing that many big shows coming up. I'm just doing gigs and whatnot. Come to that Magic Mike headline spot I've been plugging that I can't remember the date of right now. At Andrew Hastings on Instagram, on Twitter, give me a follow there. Andrew.Hastings11 on Instagram. If you want to give me a follow there, follow me on Grindr. I'll be experimenting with kissing boys there. Maybe I haven't decided yet. That's probably about it.
Like my tweet about ripping my own dick off.
Yeah. At Jamie Kirk Comedy if you want to.
Yeah. Bye. I mean, to the next step.
To the next step.
Sorry, I've just got to call into my work. Beep.